I think it's absolutely essential that as an industry, PR is more reflective of the society that we represent to our clients. We need to make sure that when we talk to our clients about the fact that we understand communities, that we understand stakeholders, that we really do. And the best way to show that, to prove that to our clients, is by giving them a workforce which is truly diverse. And that's in terms of gender, race, a disability, sexuality. It's really, really important. And if we don't take action now, we risk becoming completely irrelevant and to be honest, losing our trade. So for me, what I'm really excited about chairing this diversity network is that we can take some real action. I don't want this to be another talking shop where we either wring our hands or pat ourselves on the back about the situation. We absolutely need to take action, and I think we haven't got very long to do it.
I think it's time that we stopped talking about it and started doing something about it. The issue of diversity has bedeviled the PR industry and the wider communications industry for many, many years. It's time to stop talking, start walking, start proving that we can deliver when we say we will deliver on what I think is probably one of the most fundamental issues facing the PR industry today.
To meet kind of other people who are concerning themselves with diversity within PR, I think having kind of worked in it for a couple of years now, you do see certain trends and certain things that would be nice to know how to address them and kind of move things forward. And you read so much, especially right now, about diversity within PR. So I think for me to meet like-minded people and have that discussion quite openly about it would be good.
And I think also because we deal so much on a day-to-day basis with international elements, it's important to get different viewpoints from not only just this key demographic. I think we were just talking about an article we read this week that it was 8% of the demographic of PR consultants are from an ethnic background. So I think it's quite pertinent to that in terms of if we're working with international clients every single day and only 8% represent an ethnic minority, how can we relate to these people? How can we do business with people if only the remainder of that 92% of the white middle class demographic? So I think that was, for me, that was probably the biggest intrigue, I think, more than anything.
What I would really like to happen is that when the next Tanya Joseph joins the PR world, that they don't have the experience that I had when I joined 10 years ago now, is that they walk into a consultancy and it's full of grey-haired white men, that it's completely diverse, and that the new Tanya Joseph, the next generation, feel completely welcome in it.
I think first of all we have to make sure that we tackle issues of diversity in the broadest sense. Obviously race and racial background is key, but so is age diversity, so is gender diversity, so is disability. There are whole swathes of people who are locked out of our industry, partly through lack of access, but also through an inability to deal with certain communities, either through working hours, which especially, for example, affect working mothers in their 30s and 40s, and we lose some huge talents from the industry as a result of our inability to tackle diversity on that level. I've run PR firms for over a quarter of a century, which makes me seem incredibly old, and it is a real worry to me that I've yet to reach more than the fingers on two hands of the number of people with open disabilities that I've recruited in that period. That's not because of any prejudice that might exist in the recruitment process, but there's clearly a supply chain issue, and the fact that all of our recruiters tend to look the same, come from similar backgrounds and talk to similar people, clearly it's part of the problem. We have to tackle that supply chain issue.
It isn't the most diverse industry that I worked in before, and I think it'll be a challenge to kind of see how to change that over the next couple of years, because it's not something that happens overnight. So it's slow change, and it's kind of waking up to that and talking to people. And these articles and these kind of events are fantastic for that, because you do get to talk to people and work out what you can do. Because there's enough. One side is reading it, but actually doing something about it is a lot more difficult.
Yeah, I totally agree.